Well, good evening, everyone. This is Keith with Positively Osceola, another one of our episodes of Osceola Matters, and it certainly does tonight. We have so many awesome guests that come in any one of our shows, whether that be the morning shows, the mid-morning, evening, but none certainly more important to the community than Ohme Entin, who is the president of Orlando Health St. Cloud Hospital. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Keith. Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here to talk to you and your audience.
It's totally our honor. Life is crazy busy, and well, obviously I don't think we've had a discussion in years. Well, a year that hasn't had the word COVID in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it just is what it is. But we'll start off, just chat a little bit, and then we'll make it official and we'll kick it in. So, how was your Tuesday?
I had a great day today. I actually spent half the day out in the community visiting some of our primary care physicians, and it's always nice to get out, connect with the physicians, find out what's working well, what we can do better. So today was a great day.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's hard sometimes when you're in leadership positions. There are so many things pulling on you. Mm-hmm. Certainly, I actually love Mondays and I love Fridays because they're crazy busy. But Mondays are a special day because things always climb into your world that you don't expect. So we've got some people popping in right now. So let's go ahead and make it official. Then we'll do the real startup. Cool.
Okay.
All right. All right, we're officially on now,
Great.
And so we'll do the secondary welcome. So again, honestly, thank you for being here, President of Orlando Health St. Cloud Hospital, Ohme Entin. And I know how busy you are. If there wasn't a pandemic going on, you would be way busy anyway. But so I appreciate that you'd spend some time with us today.
Great, I'm happy to be here.
So my understanding, and then we'll ask you to expound upon this maybe, but I know you were the former COO of Orlando Health, Dr. Phillips Hospital.
Yeah.
And so obviously you're steeped in this industry. And so great selection for Orlando Health to bring you into St. Cloud Hospital. Super, super growing area. So obviously a lot of work to do with the community growing so quickly. Well, if you don't mind, could you tell us a little bit about maybe your past in Dr. Phillips and maybe anything else you'd like to share with us for people to know?
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of background for me since I'm so new to the community. I am originally from New Jersey.
Awesome.
So don't hold that against me. That's where I was raised. I went to college there. I went to Rutgers University.
Cool.
I started my first job in a hospital while I was in college. And then I moved to Richmond, Virginia for graduate school.
Awesome.
And then I got my first job. I had to do an administrative residency, and that was the first time I moved to Florida. I lived in Port Charlotte, Florida. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the area,
Sure. Mm-hmm.
But lived there for a few years and it worked in administration. And then I started my executive career. I moved to Brownsville, Texas, which is a border town to Matamoros, Mexico. So I lived there for a few years as a hospital executive, and then I moved to Houston, Texas, where I worked in 2 hospitals. I was there for about 8 years before I made the best decision ever, which was to move to Orlando, Florida in 2018, where I served as the COO for Dr. Phillips Hospital. And great, Dr. Phillips is a great institution, but then had the great privilege and honor at the end of last year, as you stated, to move to St. Cloud Hospital. And so really, really excited to be here and to lead this team. So just happy to be a part of the community. And I know you didn't ask this, but if you would like, I would love to share something personal, if that's okay.
Please. Absolutely.
Yeah. So my husband and I have been, we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary not too long ago. I have a daughter who turned 4 on our anniversary, which most people think is very sweet. It's not. So I'm still getting used to that 4 years in. And then coming soon, baby Entin coming soon.
Wow.
So expecting now. So hopefully this summer we'll have another bundle of joy. And about a month ago, my husband and I relocated to St. Cloud. So we
Nice.
are proud residents of St. Cloud, happy to raise our family here. And, you know, everything we talk about today, for me, of course, this is my career. I love Orlando Health, but it's personal for me. You know, when this is my hospital, right? And so everything I do, it's not just about doing a job or having a career. This is where my family will come for healthcare. This is what I will come for healthcare. And so it's personal.
You know, and it's so I get what you mean by that. That's a heart issue. So my mom's 90, and she lives, I think, and she's a very healthy 90. And I think if she walked out of her back door, she'd be at Orlando Health St. Cloud Hospital as a 90-year-old. She'd still make it in 5 minutes. So
wow.
She calls it her hospital, and those are her doctors. And so I get what you mean. And it's interesting. You have, you know, I think that's a big deal. And even it's almost like it's so much. I think people are they don't expect that maybe these days.
Right.
But in reality, I think that's still a big core piece of what we are in community, is to say, you know, this is my home. These are my neighborhoods. This is my hospital. I mean, it's a big deal. So welcome to St. Cloud. I've been here 30 plus years. So and my wife and I, honestly, Orlando Health St. Cloud Hospital is our hospital too. So
well, good. I'm glad to hear that.
yeah, I mean it. We like it a lot. It's great. So the obvious thing. So you come into this a new hospital for you, and then certainly a different kind of community. Orlando being a different vibe altogether, I think.
Absolutely.
You know, and then normally that would be, you know, already complex. Just by chance, there's a pandemic going on. So how did that play into your maybe the intensity of the new role?
Yeah. So I will tell you, you know, I've been a hospital executive for almost 14 years. This by far has been the most challenging year because you're dealing with a pandemic that no one's ever been through.
Right.
And then it's a time where things are constantly changing at work, but then things are also constantly changing, you know, at home. Lots of, you know, you're just going through so much change. But I couldn't be more grateful to be here at Orlando Health. So from the very beginning of the pandemic, Orlando Health put together a COVID-19 management task force with all of our physician experts and clinicians, administrators that really helped guide the care that we delivered to make sure that we were keeping our team members safe, keeping our patients safe. And so when the acquisition happened in July, St. Cloud Hospital became a part of that. The good thing is when I got here in November, so if you can imagine, it's been March and November, a lot of the processes were already in place, but you're still managing, you're still managing the different waves, managing the challenges that come along with that. So it's definitely been quite the experience. It's a new acquisition, so that makes it a little bit different. You're integrating to the Orlando Health culture. You're navigating through a pandemic. And so it's been exciting, challenging, but, every day it just is, when I think about all that we've been through as a hospital, all that we've been through as an organization, I'm excited about where we've come from and where we're headed.
Right. And so, Sue, lost you there. Obviously Orlando Health, super respected, healthcare organization, no doubt about it. And so what I've seen, I guess if it's more of a statement than a question here, what I really was impressed by is how quickly the community just kind of put their arms around Orlando Health St. Cloud Hospital. Very, very much wanted, that direction was great for the community. It seemed like, but I also saw the team, the staff you have there in all facets was seemed to be extraordinarily efficient at making the changes. And I noticed that as being able to come by often. Like I said, my mom comes to the hospital, and we noticed it just for us. I know it wasn't that easy for you guys, but for us, it was like, wow, this has been a magnificently well managed transition. So I'm assuming it wasn't just like that, but great job on that end for sure.
Yeah, and that's a big part of it, right? So it's integrating the culture of Orlando Health, and so it's taking the best of St. Cloud Hospital, and merging that into the Orlando Health culture, which we've been able to do successfully, and we continue to do.
Right.
But I'm happy that you can sense and feel that change, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Orlando Health's been a great community partner for years, and certainly St. Cloud Hospital has been as well. So, like you said, you get the best of both, and it's a wonderful thing. So, if you had explained to somebody who maybe we get so many new people coming into the area, some not from nearby. I actually have lots of friends in New Jersey, by the way. I went to school in University of Bridgeport, Connecticut, so a lot of my buds were from Jersey. So a lot of I used to say when they'd say you're from Jersey, I'd say what exit? So, old Jersey. Anyway, so I forgot where I was going to exactly. Anyway, so what would you? Yeah. So if somebody moves into the area and they're looking for where they're going to find quality health for their family. So how would you in a quick way highlight the positive attributes of Orlando Health St. Cloud Hospital?
Yeah, I certainly would let them know that St. Cloud Hospital is a community hospital where that we can take care of most of their needs, right? And so certainly we have a great emergency room, which I know we expanded in 2018. And so I've heard from many community leaders in the community that that really has made a huge impact in the community for emergency services. Also, we have a great operating room, right? So a lot of whether that be outpatient or inpatient, we're aligned with all the specialties in the medical office building. So whether that's general surgery or urology, GI, ENT, we're able to take care of all of our surgical patients. We have a great cardiology program here as well. And so it's really a great acute care hospital. Now, there are things that we don't do here at Orlando Health St. Cloud. So we don't deliver babies, but we have a great partnership with Winnie Palmer, which is really one of the best women's hospitals in the country. Same for children. Arnold Palmer is one of the best children's hospitals in the country. And so if there is a service that we don't offer here, we are aligned with the very best.
Right.
And so that's how I would explain it.
Certainly a big value to St. Cloud, no doubt about that. So another large increase to the Orlando Health St. Cloud Hospital offering has been the medical pavilion. So beautiful building, and we get to be there quite a bit as you know, but beautiful facility. The last time we were there, my wife has just a couple different physicians that she goes and sees. Dr. Trin is one of them.
Oh, yeah.
She just loves Dr. Trin. So, and she's been great, amazing lady. And so very busy. Medical pavilion has been a very busy part of the hospital. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that particular part of Orlando Health St. Cloud Hospital?
So right next door to the hospital is the medical pavilion. And that opened in July of 2020. And we have, again, the specialties. We have a primary care office. Some of our primary care physicians have been in the community 20 plus years.
Right.
We have cardiology that's also in the building, general surgery, urology, ENT,
right.
GI. And so we're able to offer lots of specialties from physician standpoint. But then we also have an outpatient lab and outpatient rehab services that we offer there. And then one thing that some people may or may not know, I'm not sure if you know, Keith, we have the walk-in clinic that's there. And so that has been great for non-emergencies, but people, it's urgent. You need to be able to see someone. And the hours for that, it's Monday through Friday, 9 to 9. And then on the weekends, 9 to 5. And so sometimes we're busy. We know we need to see someone, but you can't take off of work, or, you can go later on the evening or on the weekend. And so that really has been great for our community members that don't want to go to the emergency room, but know they need to see someone, but don't want to take off work. It helps with the flexibility.
Yeah, I'm Captain Stubborn. My wife is the normal person as far as healthcare. I'm like, I think I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
those type scenarios work well for me. Just without getting more into that. So so a lot happening obviously at Orlando Health St. Cloud Hospital, and you guys are doing a great job over there. So if I had to ask you, in this rapidly changing community and just the world we live in with everything going on, so how would you look ahead, say 5 years, and how would you see Orlando Health St. Cloud Hospital? What would you see as far as that as a healthcare organization in 5 years in the St. Cloud community?
I'm so happy you asked that. One of the things since I've got here that we've started to work on is a campus master plan, that exact thing where you look out 5 to 7 years.
Right.
One of the things that struck me as a little odd, you talked about the rapid growth in Osceola County over the years. I mean, you've been here 30 years, so you must have, I can't imagine the explosion really over 30 years, right? The hospital hasn't grown that much, right, in comparison.
Sure.
And so when we look at that, what we're doing now is studying what is the population growth going to be over the next 5-7 years? What are the market needs in terms of which services will be in demand? And then how does that translate to beds, maybe outpatient services? What is it that we're going to need? And we look at all the land that we have and how are we going to expand on the campus? And that doesn't mean that we're going to build that tomorrow, but you have to have a plan, right? You have to have a plan for what that footprint will look like over the next 5-7 years. And so we're going through that process now. It's pretty lengthy because you're looking, further out. So we will be done that in a few more weeks, probably by May, mid-May, we should be done that campus master plan. And so I'm excited about that.
That's awesome. Well, that to be honest with you, I have been here a long while. We're still very proud of being in this community, and it brings me solace to know that you're doing that. I mean, I don't really. I'm one of those people that I don't mind the growth. I don't really. To me, there are new opportunities to meet new people, new leaders. I like what people who have not been a part of 30 years here. I like when people come into the community, they bring what their values in. That brings all their experiences in life, and that's, I think, what really community is about for us. That's how we are, and I think that's where we live. So. Got anything else you'd like to share about Orlando Health St. Cloud Hospital I haven't even touched on?
Yeah, there's probably 2 things I would like to share. One, I'm excited about some of the new leaders that we're bringing on board here. So one of the things that I've been doing is building our administrative team. So we're going to have we have a new director of HR that started earlier this month. And he came internally from Orlando Health and really going to be focused on us building a best place to work. So working with the administrative team and the other leaders so that this is St. Cloud becomes a destination where team members can't imagine working anywhere else, right? And so I'm really excited about that. We also have a new chief operating officer, Mark Lillis, that will be joining us on April 19th. And so he brings years of experience in operations. And so will really help drive a lot of efficiencies and some strategy that will help us continue to grow in the market. And then a position I think I am most excited about is our Chief Quality Officer position. So Dr. Aparna Sharma will be starting on April 26th. And so this will be the first time at St. Cloud Hospital where there will be a full-time physician executive, and her entire job is based around quality, right? And so she will be working with the physicians, administration, her quality department, to make sure that we are doing best practices, that we are measuring the right things when it comes to quality, that we are raising the bar, and that we are constantly looking for ways to do better. And so I am overjoyed that we're able to add that dedicated resource to St. Cloud. She will not be splitting her time. She's 100% here at St. Cloud. And it really just speaks to the importance of quality and the investment the organization is willing to make in the St. Cloud area. So really excited about our leadership positions. But that was just one thing. I can share another if you have time.
Please do. I'll back my face right back out.
Okay. And the second thing that really excited about is our new electronic health record. It's called Epic. And we will be going live with Epic on June 19th. And so for people who say, well, what does that mean to me? Why do I care about Epic? If you've ever been, I'm talking about a personal frustration. If you've ever been to a doctor and office and you fill out, your name, your date of birth, your this, your that, and you're filling it out on multiple pages, and you're saying, why am I doing this? And then you come back a month later and they give you more papers, or you go to an affiliated office and they say, well, we don't have their information. You have to fill it out again. Or you go to the doctor and say, I already had those labs. Well, we can't see those labs. It eliminates all of that. If you go to an Orlando health facility, all the information will be there, regardless of whether you're at the emergency room or the doctor's office or an outpatient setting. That chart follows you, right? And so what that really means is the team members and the clinicians and the physicians have more time with the patients, because we're not spending all this time, all this waste on information that is, we're really just being more efficient. So I am overjoyed. It's been proven to increase efficiency and really be able to drive quality and service. And so really excited about the level of investment that Orlando Health has made in this state-of-the-art electronic health record, and just excited that St. Cloud can now be a part of that, now that we are a part of Orlando Health. So it will be a transition at first. When every time there's change, that's going to be a transition, but really excited. And then there's a My Chart feature where patients can go in themselves and see all their information. And it's just going to transform the care that we provide here.
Well, I think most of us have filled out those forms you so well described. And, it's always been, well, this is kind of what it is. So I can see why you would call it epic.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that.
There's no doubt there. Well, I'm excited about it. Like I said, this is where we live. So it's been an honor to be able to speak to you and to meet you. And I know we spoke before we went live. My wife and I would love to take you out to lunch, and whenever it fits your schedule. I know it's tight, but we'll try to get it in there, and it'll be an honor to do that as well.
That would be great. I look forward to it.
Very cool. Well, exciting to hear all the things happening in the future. I mean, honestly, when you started talking about new team members and the positions you mentioned, certainly you can see that's in the end that actually fills into the master plan and the future vision. So super great to hear all the great things going on. And like I said, not a shock, as we know, we've seen what's going on as far as from the outside looking in. So great to hear some of the inside information. All right.
Thank you.
I hope you will come back and talk with us again. I'd love to make it a regular thing, keep people updated.
I will. I would love to come back.
Very cool. All right. Well, I appreciate your time very much. And so again, this is Keith with Positively Osceola, along with the president of Orlando Health St. Cloud Hospital, Ohme Entin. Together, we're making a positive difference in and around Osceola County. Have a great evening. Thank you so much.
Good night.